Welcome everyone. Nice to have you here again. For today's class, we need a block. Some people call it a brick. I'm using a cork one because we will be standing on it, bearing some weight on it. If you don't have a block, no big deal. A hard copy book, like an old textbook would work. You can use a foam block. There's no problem with a foam block. You just may find that when we're standing up, it's a little sort of wobbly at times. You could even use a few books. If you only have paperback, then you could stack a few, let's say, foot-sized paperback books on top of each other as well. So just take a moment and go gather either that block or those few books. And we'll just put it to the side for now. Then from a seated position, a comfortable seated position, so whatever that looks like for you, perhaps gaze your attention down to a spot in front of you or close your eyes for a few moments. And start to take a few steady breaths. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Just letting yourself adjust from perhaps the busyness of the day or any external distractions, and allowing for your attention to come inside to notice how you're feeling here in this moment. And as always, as we move through this practice today, may you take care of yourself. May you pull back or lean in whenever it feels right, when your intuition tells you to. And take another long, slow breath into your nose. Nice big breath out through your mouth. You can open your eyes. If you're sitting on your heels, perhaps come to a seated position, a cross-legged position. Take your left hand down onto the side of your body, down by the side of your mat. Lift your right arm over your shoulder. Now give a little bend into your left elbow and start to lean to that left side. Good, and then slowly retract, just letting the left arm straighten and that right arm come over your shoulder. Again, take a big breath in. And as you breathe out again, lean to the left side. Good. Again, inhale back to center. And exhale again, lean to the left side, maybe a teeny bit further down. One more time, inhale to center. And exhale, lean a little further to that left side. Nice inhale all the way back. Bring your right hand down now onto the floor and lift your left arm up. Big breath in as you do that. Nice exhale, bend into your right elbow, lean to the right side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale again, lean to that right side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lean to the right side, maybe a teeny bit lower. Last time, inhale, center. Exhale, lean to that right side. Good, come all the way back. This time, take your feet out in front of you, keeping your feet firmly on the floor. You've noticed I've created a little bit of space, so my feet are about hips width apart. Now take your hands to the backs of your knees, using your knees for support. As you inhale, pull your chest forward and look up. As you exhale, round your spine, lean back, move your chin to your chest. Do that again. Inhale, pull forward, lift your chest and look up. Exhale, round your spine, lean back, chin to chest. Two more times, inhale again, pull forward onto your sitting bones, lift your chest, lift your chin. Exhale, lean back, round your spine, chin to chest. Last time, pull forward, lift your chest, lift your chin. Exhale, lean back, round your spine, chin to chest. So nice. Pull back to a neutral position and stretch your right leg out straight. From there, pull your left knee in a little bit closer towards your hip and then cross your right arm around your left leg and your left hand behind you. As you hug your knee gently in towards your chest, just for a few breaths, looking over your left shoulder. Try to find a still gazing spot on that side. And just one more breath like this. Turn your head and chest forward and simply change sides. Stretch your left leg out straight. Bring your right knee in. Cross your left arm around your right leg, right hand behind you. Push into that back hand, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, gently turn your chest to the right side, even turn your head and look over that right shoulder. And again, hold for a few breaths. And turn your head and chest forward and stretch your right leg out straight, keeping both legs straight. Interlace your fingers together and create a little bit of figure eights or a little movement here in your wrists. 3, 2, 1. Push your arms straight out in front of your chest, then take your arms up over your head from your seat. Push up through the palms of your head or the palms of your hands. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Bend your elbows and take your arms now all the way to the floor behind you. And I would encourage your hands to be a good distance behind your shoulders and your fingers turn to the long sides of your mat. Now bend your knees again so that your feet are about hips width apart. As you inhale, lift your hips up into the air, even look to the sky. And then exhale your bum back down to the ground. Now inhale, lift your left foot off the floor and reach for any section along the back of your left leg. Lift your chest, look up. And then exhale your foot down and your hands back down. Repeat that. Inhale your bum up, look to the sky. Exhale your bum down. Inhale your right leg up this time. Grab for any section on the back of that right leg. Lift your chest, look up. And exhale your foot down and your hands down. Do that again. Inhale your bum up, look up. Exhale your bum back down. Inhale your left leg back up, reach for any section along that leg, lift your chest, look up, and exhale your foot down and your hands down. Again, inhale your bum up, exhale your bum back down. Inhale your right leg up, reach for any section on the back of the leg, lift your chest, and exhale your foot down and your hands down. Let's do that again. Inhale your bum up, look up, exhale your bum back down. Inhale your left leg up, reach for any section along that back leg, lift your chest, look up. And then exhale the foot down and the hands down. Last time, inhale your bum up, look up. Exhale your bum back down. Inhale your right leg up, reach for any section along that back leg, look up. And then exhale your foot down and your hands down. Very nice. Keep the hands down, keep the feet down. Just do a few shoulder rolls. Change direction. Very nice. This time, coming onto your hands and knees, I like to cross my ankles and roll onto your knees. That may or may not be available for you. So again, listen to your body. Start with your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Have a little curve in your lower back and then tighten around your belly. Maintaining that, now lift your right arm up and your left leg up. And at first, just find your balance across that balancing hand and knee. Tighten the sides of your waistline again. Take a long breath in. As you breathe out, bring that right elbow and left knee to meet. And inhale again, stretch long. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch long. And exhale, elbow to knee. 2 more times. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last time, inhale, stretch long. And exhale, elbow to knee. Nice job. Place your hand down, your knee down. Come back and reset. Let's do the other side now. So left arm up, right leg back. Again, find your balance, connecting to the hand and the knee on the floor, into those strong girdle muscles. Take a long breath in. Big breath out. Bring that elbow and knee to meet. Inhale again, stretch out long. Exhale, elbow to knee. 2 more times. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last time, inhale, stretch long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Nice job. Hand down, knee down. Now, walk your hands a little further forward of your shoulders. Curl your toes underneath. Lift your knees. Take back to your downward facing dog. Perhaps adjusting your stance when you're up. Stay in your down dog, but now bend your left knee. Keep your right leg straight and press down into your right heel. So you're feeling a little more sensation on that right side. Again, pause to breathe. And let's change sides. Bend your right knee, press your left heel down. Again, a little bit more weight and pressure on that left side. Again, pause and breathe. Very nice. Let's do that one more time. Bend your left knee, press your right heel down. A little more moving on that side. And then bend your right knee, press your left heel down, a little bit more weight on that left side. Good job. Give both knees a soft bend and then walk your hands back to your feet. So you're walking to the back edge of your mat. Keep your knees softly bent and your upper body round, even your head is relaxed. Then slowly take your time as you roll up to a standing position. Your head's the last thing to come up. Circle your shoulders on your back, lift your chest, lift your face. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Very nice. Now come to stand in the middle of your mat and grab that block or those stack of books that I was mentioning. And you're going to take that block right here into the middle of your mat, or really anywhere along the mat. And then take your left foot and place it in the center of the block and stand on the block. So now your right leg is dangling beside that left leg. Your arms are there to support you in balance. So you can have your arms by your side as you gently start to swing the leg. Now, I'm not trying to kick my foot. I'm not trying to actively move it too much as I wobble around, but just enough momentum here that I'm getting some movement. Do your best not to bend your knees, so I'll show from the side. Instead, move from the hip. Whew. Move from the hip. Good. You're standing on the block so that your toes and your heels are perhaps on the block, or if you have big feet like me, your toes are sort of hanging off the front end. Let's do this for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Bring your right foot down directly beside your left. So look down at your feet and make sure they're in line with each other, but that left foot stays on the block. You can keep your knee bent on that left side as you fold forward. Now you'll notice there'll be a natural stopping point, maybe at the knees, maybe the shin bones, maybe you can reach for the floor. It's no big deal wherever you land. Just come into your forward fold. Then start to stretch that left leg straight. Yes, and the natural thing that will happen here is your hips are going to go askew, and that's what we want. You want that femur bone on your left side to push up into the hip socket, create a little tilt to the pelvis. This is great for bone density in the hip joint itself. This is great for feeling nice sensation along the outer edge of that hip, or maybe a little more in the hamstring. You may find staying vertically, like leaning forward in the straight line, works, or perhaps you want to lean a little bit to one side and take a few breaths. I quite like leaning to the right side. Perhaps you like the left. One more lovely breath here. Give a little bend to that left knee. Lift your head and your chest up. Look straight ahead as you now step your right foot onto that brick or stacked blocks or book, and take that left foot back down. So now your right foot is on the block. Let's come back up, balancing here, arms to the side, and start to do some gentle movement, swinging of that left leg. Again, we're not kicking the leg, you're just enough momentum here that you can create some movement. Do your best not to bend your knee. This is great if you've been sitting for long periods of time or traveling perhaps. Get some synovial fluid into the hip joint. 3, 2, 1. And where is that last one? This next one we're going to do, so plant your left foot, whereas this one is meant to help pull the femur bone up. The swinging is meant to pull the femur bone down. So keeping that right knee bent, lean forward, perhaps stopping at the knees or the shins or the ankles, or maybe reaching for the floor, but not putting any pressure on yourself to go further. And then start to stretch that right leg straight. And again, it can feel awkward. You may want to lift that left heel, but don't do it. Keep the feet flat and let that right hip hike up to the sky. Then it may feel nice to stay center here. Perhaps you want to explore that side reach, maybe reaching to the left or back to the right. Keep putting weight on both feet, but particularly feeling sensation on that right side. Let your head dangle in space for a few moments. One more lovely breath. Walk your body back to center, give a little bend into that right knee, and come all the way back up to standing. Very nice. Step off of the block and then step back. You'll notice I've taken a good few steps back away from the block, but I've kept the block on the mat. Shift your weight slightly to the left side or shift your feet in that direction, and then take the ball of your right foot onto that brick or to that block, of course. Square your hips forward. So sometimes you have to place your hands on your hips to help turn your hips forward. Keeping both legs straight, start to hinge at your hips and fold over that front right leg. You may find you stop here, maintaining the hands on the hips, or perhaps you slide your hands down your legs. Maybe you can even reach for the block itself. But do your best to keep your legs straight so that we're feeling lots of sensations in your calves and your hamstrings. Keep drawing your navel towards your thigh. Breathe in and out. One more breath, everyone. Now lift your head and slowly come all the way back up so your head and shoulders are up over your hips. And then step that right leg back. Now walk your feet a little bit more over to the right side and step the ball of your left foot forward right on top of that brick or those stacked books. You can have your hands on your hips if that would feel nice. Hinge forward at the hips themselves, keeping your legs straight, and find that place of sensation in the back of your left leg. You may find the first few breaths are up a little bit higher, and then as the body softens, you can come down a little lower. I notice a big difference side to side. You probably do too, so be kind as you notice those differences. Take a few breaths here. One more breath like this. Lift your head and come all the way back up to standing, and of course step that left leg back. Now come in closer towards the block. We're going to go back so that the ball of your right foot is on the brick, but this time lean forward. So you'll notice I've lifted my left heel off the ground so that I can shift my hips over my right heel, and that's lighting up the calves, my calves on that right side. Again, your arms are going to be there for balance, or feel free to do this at a wall. Place your hands at the wall. Now give a little micro bend to your right knee. Woo. And then stretch that leg straight. Let's do that again. Do a little micro bend on that right leg. So that's the foot that's on the brick. And then straighten it out. Do it one more time. Little bend into that right knee. And then straighten it out. So nice. Lean back. Take your right foot off the block. Let's do the other side. So again, the ball of your left foot is on the brick here. And then lean forward, so my right heel lifts up to be able to shift my hips directly over my left heel. That lights up my calves. Take a few breaths here. And then adding that little bend, so teeny bend in your left knee, and then stretch the leg straight. Again, teeny bend in that knee, and stretch the leg straight. Teeny bend in that knee, leg straight. Last time, little bend in that knee. Legs straight, hold for another breath. Lean back, step your left foot off. Okay, one more with this block or these stacked books of yours. So come to stand with your feet on either side of the block here, and then turn so that your heels come on the block and your toes are on the side. Your knees and your toes are going to point to the corners of the mat and then come down. I call it perched butterfly. It kind of makes sense with your heels perched on the blocks. As you come down, bring your hands onto the ground for some added support. Now press your heels into the block and shift your bum back behind the block, or at least behind your feet. As you do that, reach your arms out in front of you. And if you're anything like me, that immediately lights up my groin and my adductors, my inner thighs. Whew. It's intense, so let's breathe to help us tolerate those sensations. 2 more breaths, everyone. Nice job. Shift your hips forward, walk your hands back. Keep your hands on the floor as you lift or turn your feet. You can reach for the block as you stand all the way up. Very nice. Now let's take our arms and our legs out wide, so wide that your hands and your feet are in the same line. And ideally your feet are either pointing straight ahead or slightly pigeon-toe. Then lean forward. You can take that block to the ground, perhaps nice and high under your hands, or perhaps down low, or maybe just move it to the side and place your hands on the floor. Either way, keeping your legs straight and strong, let's bend your elbows and take the crown of your head towards the mat. Press your legs back towards that space behind you. Push down firmly and evenly across your feet. Sometimes I even feel a little sensation on the side of my ankles when I remember to press down evenly across my feet. Let your head dangle in space and take a few steady breaths here. One more lovely breath. Then lift your head, lift your elbows if they were bent. Nice, and heel toe your feet in closer, and then a little bit closer, and then come into a squat. Now you may find your heels lift off the floor in the squat, and that's okay, no big deal. Perhaps widen the feet, or explore turning the knees out or turning the toes out. Find a version where you can get your bum down low. Let's take a few moments here. Be cautious with this transition, of course. Bring one hand behind you, then the other hand behind you, and come down to sit on the floor. Stretch your legs out in front of you. You can even lean your hands back a little bit and just point and flex your feet a few times. Point and flex and point and flex. And 3, 2, 1. So nice. Bring your right knee back in towards your chest, and this time you're going to cross that right foot over the left thigh and keep walking that foot a little more to the left side and then up towards that hip. You'll know you're there if you let go of the knee and it pulls down like a rubber band. Good. Pull the knee up. Wrap your opposite arm, so left arm around the right leg, then right arm around, and attempt to get your knee and your chest close together, and then lean back. Ooh, lean back till you feel a stretch on the outer edge of that right leg, and the IT band, the outer hip here. It can be intense. One more lovely breath like this. And slowly guide that right leg all the way back to the right side, but this time the foot points straight at 90 to 90 degrees and both sitting bones on the ground. Take your hands to the floor behind you and turn that right knee down towards the mat, and then lift that right knee back up. Let's do it again. Turn that knee down and lift the knee up. Just working internal rotation of our legs 2 more times. Take that knee down and lift it back up. Last time, take that knee down and lift it back up. Well done, everyone. Take that right leg out in front of you. Bring your left knee back into your chest, and now cross that left foot high over your right thigh. Again, walking the foot over to the right side and then up towards the hip, and then perhaps testing your knee. If you let go of the knee, does it pull down like a rubber band? I'm not making that up. My hip really does do that. And if it didn't do that, then keep walking it over to the right and up to the hip. Now opposite arm, right arm first, then left arm. Get your knee and your chest close together, and then, oh my goodness, lean back. Gets me every time. Whew, hold and breathe here. One more breath. And Soften your grip on that leg. Lift the foot and guide it all the way back to the left side so your heel's in line with the hip and the toes are pointing to the side. Transfer your hands to the floor behind you. Lift your chest. Then gently take that left knee down. Again, it may or may not touch, and that's okay. And then lift the knee back up. Once again, take that knee down. And then lift the knee back up. 2 more times. Take the knee down. And lift it back up. Last time, take that knee down and lift it back up. Very nice. Take your left leg all the way out in front of you, keeping both legs zippered together, toes to the sky. Start to walk your hands down the length of your legs, stopping when you feel sensation up the back of your body. Maybe you can reach for the knees or the ankles or the feet. It's no big deal wherever you land. Just go till you feel sensation in the back of your body. And some people feel it all in their legs, and some people feel it all in their spine, and some people feel it everywhere in the back. Can you let your nose fall towards your knees and breathe? And one more breath. And slowly roll your body back up, lifting your head. And sit comfortably here, so perhaps sitting cross-legged or sitting on your block or sitting on your heels. We will finish with a few moments of breathing. And it's summer here, whenever you're watching this. It's quite warm, particularly today. So I thought we would do a cooling breath called Sitali or Shitali. My husband always laughs when I say that second dialect. But however we want to say it, it's a cooling breath. Now, it does require a little bit of tongue action, so I'll get closer to the camera so you can see me. But for this, we want to do a few options with our tongue. So first one, if you can, curl your tongue like a taco. And if you can't do that, no big deal. Lots of people can't. Take your tongue to the top of your palate, right? To the top of the mouth. Now we will inhale through the mouth, through the tongue, keeping that either taco or tongue to the top of the palate. And then exhale through the nose. So let's do it together here. So create that little taco shape with your tongue, or place your tongue in the top of your palate, and then inhale through your tongue or through your mouth. Close your mouth and exhale through your nose. Let's do that again. Create that shape with your tongue. Inhale. Close your mouth and exhale through your nose. Keep going like that. Inhale through your tongue. Close your mouth and exhale through your nose. Inhale through your tongue. Close your mouth, exhale through your nose. Do a few rounds on your own. One more time. And let go of the breath technique. Pause here in this seated position, just inviting a stillness. And reflect how you feel at the end of that breath work. So it's meant to be cooling. As we breathe in through the tongue, the air will connect with the saliva, helping regulate our body temperature. And then exhaling through the nose is a nice way to keep the nervous system calm. So perhaps you're feeling a little cooler. Perhaps you're feeling a little more grounded or calm as well. Perhaps none of the above, and that's okay too. You can stay here and seated. You can come down into Shavasana and lie down. I'll end the video here so you can make those choices for yourself. Either way, just take at least another minute here just to be still or quiet. joining. It's always so great to have you. Namaste.